In the year 2123 AD, a revolutionary online game beta named Star Brilliance began to open into the world. After its release, everything from the game world was descended into reality, and every player who had pre-registered for the game was obtained formidable powers, and after a following fast by, the society was collapsed, and RMC called Chen was the only players who cleared the beta version of the Star Brilliance. Because of his stupidity he exposed his identity due to his naivety. In the end, his action was cause of being in prison and became a slave. After that, a guy say to him that he need to hurry up and find the hidden boss that he mentioned before, and say that if he didn't find it, he swear that he will break RMC legs. While he was wondering that because of his knowledge from the beta phase, he lost his freedom and enslaved by a major power, and become a tool as for treasure hunting, while he said that the location was 2 kilometers away from them, and he will lead the way. From that moment players around him was laughing and making a fun on him, saying that the hidden boss was a joke, and say that if there's one to appears, then they will get the jackpot, and this guy said that the kid has something, and saying that 1,000 players that participated in the beta test, and he is the only one that survived, and say if he didn't exposed himself, then there was a chance that he will not become a slave. Now in the forest, our MC stopped, while the guy say to him that if he was tired, and want to stop, then he will become a dead meat, and he touched the shoulders of our MC while saying that word loud to him, but Armic looked at him with something that he had planned, and say that if they want a hidden boss that drops a divine artifacts, then they need to get it with hard if they want it so bad, while the guy gets scared like cat, and our MC say that it depends to them if they are worth it, and opened the gate, while saying that if they wanted to get it, then they need to stay alive to claim it, and shown to the SS rank dungeon Heavenly Saint Palace, and all of them was panicking, and the guy say that our MC tricked them, and say that it is a trap, a hidden dungeon, not a hidden boss, so they going to die there, if they don't get out there right now. So all of them was hurried to leave that place, while our MC was looking at them, and saying that they think that they can escape alive from this place, then they are doomed, and this scene our MC showing his true capability, and saying that he will help them to accompany them, to meet Sama in hell, and the big figure on our MC back was make a move to annihilate all the players, while saying that the mortals dare to trespass their place, then they need to pay the price, while our MC finally breath, and become free from the shackle, and was thankfully that it's finally over. Now the scene shown up that our MC was hearing a voice that someone is calling him, saying that he need to wake up now, cause he promised that he need to go out with her, while his consciousness going back little by little, and opening his eyes, and seeing a familiar figure, that girl say to him, that if he didn't get up, don't blame his sister for taking an action to him, so this girl was his big sister, so that why our MC wondering that the girl was familiar. OMG guys, our big sister was a waifu. I didn't expect this. I need a big sister like this. I'm kidding guys. Now let's back to the story. Now our MC could not believe that he seeing his sister for a long time, and his sis say that he finally decided to woke up, and saying that his dear sister had to come to him personally to wake him up, that assuring him that he is so important to her. Unexpected RMC is not aware of his state, and what on the earth is going on, and RMC just say, am I dreaming, and seeing his expression he couldn't expect it to be happened, while his sis say that, what is wrong with his expression like he is seeing a ghost, and RMC checking it, if it's real, pinching his sis legs, and this is what happened, he got a powerful kick from his sister, saying that he shouldn't done that. Now RMC would realize this, that this is a real deal. Now that RMC sense back, he is wondering, that this is a miracle, that he traveled back, 5 years ago, before the beta game will officially released. While he is thinking of this unbelievable events, his sis was worried, and asked him, if he is okay, are you feeling sick, and saying if there's something wrong, and touching his forehead checking if his lil bro is okay. While RMC touch his sis wrist, and asking if she know that Star Brilliance game, and his sis was confused, saying that he always blabbing, and saying it everyday something about revolutionary online game with immersion. After hearing it he, and thinking the 100% of immersion of the game, and realized that it would be the only big truth, that the game was, never really existed, while he getting his laptop, and registered to the game, and he wonder if he had known back then that, he was the only beta player who survived in that task, and didn't exposed himself that things won't happen, so he say that now everything will change, and say to his sis, that he will registered her for the game, while he sis is confused of him, and say that why would she need registered too, but RMC shown a serious face and said to his sis that he don't need to ask too much for now, and thinking that in his past life, he made a mistake countless time, so in this life, he won't repeat it again, while his sis wondering, that RMC suddenly became so mysterious after waking up. Now he say to his sis, that for the profession he will chose a warrior and with a class berserker for her, and asking if the class is fine for her, and he sis approach him, and give him a hug, and say that it's okay for her, and saying that he not making a fun on her, and RMC said to his sis that he don't need to misunderstand it, he was just considering of choosing a best class for her, and he sis agreed to him, and leaving the room, while saying that young people don't need to play a game that too long, and he need get out at his room to feel some fresh air, and RMC in replied to his sis that she is young too, and he sis suddenly stopped, and get angry to him, and want to knock him out, by saying that to her, while he said that he will catch up to her later, and again he experienced the power of his sis, and his sis leave the room. After that RMC, thinking that the Star Brilliance, have a 6 basic class professions, like Berserker, Druid, Elemental Mage, Psionic, Assassin, and Summoner, and said that although the Berserker is the only class that have a burst damage without a long-range capability, it suits to his sister personality, and he remembered that there was a god-tier dungeon with a legacy reward that requires a Berserker, and the scene shown up of 8 years ago, when he is the prison, while waking up, he heard a noise, a outburst power came into the room, and all security guard trying to stop the intruder, and that intruder was his big sis, that trying to save him, his sis say that how dare them to harm her brother, and swear that she will wipe them out, but all the security surround her, and say that she need to stop, with so many gun pointing to her, and RMC thinking who is the person that trying to save his helpless life, and when he see who is the person that came in, he shocked and shouted to his sis that he need to get out now and leave him, and this suddenly shown up, this guy is a nobleman, from the Bai family, saying that a mere level 25, dare to break into their family state, and having a information from the beta test, that she really makes her bold, and he say to her that they went through so much trouble to get RMC into their hand, and again someone trying to mess them up, but our big sis say that they need to release her brother, and ask of condition to that shit noble, while this guy say that their family was not that bad, the problem is, that RMC was tied to all of noble family, and if he hand him over to her, then they'll rip his family apart, so he can't fulfill any terms of condition for her, so our big sis get fire up, and get angry, say that if there's nothing to negotiate, then she will save him by forced, and our sis was ready to fight her for our MC, and now she jumpin', say that she will slaughter him first to take her brother, while this shit, trying to laugh at her, and order his bodyguard to take care the girl, and said good luck to her, and our big sis didn't expect it, that bodyguard was so strong and punch her stomach, with a power energy, because of that strong impact that land to her, her body didn't endure that, and blown away, while RMC seeing it, and shouted, and seeing his face he is so worried to his big sis, and didn't know what gonna do to help his sis, now we see our big sis enduring so much pain, cause of that blown, and she say to RMC that he need to stay alive, now because of that flashback RMC wondering how should he pay her back, and that moment he forgot that it's the time to choose his class so he hurried up, and chose a spellcaster, and confirm it, and thinking that his previous life, he chose a mage for flashy and elegant skills, and didn't think that class didn't fit into him, and regretted in the end, no our MC is ready and waiting the time to take on that so-called 7-day sign-in quest, a few moments his sister asked him, where he is heading out, he replied that he need to care of some business around, and his sis giving her card to him, and say that he need to buy some home supplies, cause they are running out of supplies, while he thinking carefully if he talking it, in the end he took it, and he thanked her, after that in the scene shown that he looking at his phone, and thinking that he had doubt that he is limited of finance, that can't cover the materials for his task, and most he need is a supplies for the apocalypse to survive, after that, he making some pills, and it suddenly explode, and saying that the foundation nourishing pill, was different from what he encountered back there, during the beta testing, and wondering that the pill, couldn't cause any problems if he eat it, and tosses it in, and felt that he is going to die, and said the taste was so bad, that he want to vomit it, while the system pop up, that congratulating him, that he is successfully refining the B-level, foundation nourishing pill, and give him a reward experience points, and thinking the question, cause he didn't recall having something like that during the beta testing, after completing the foundation nourishing pill task, now he need to complete a new exclusive quest, that he need to adhere the spellcaster code, and try to obtain the 6 essential item for cultivation, and additional the system say that he need a partner to his side to get the elements, and RMC thinking that it is Tao, and blessed land, but for me it's referring it into yin and yang, and he say that it's mean that he need to get married and buy a house, while new notification pop up again saying that they rated Jim after taking the pill, as AD grade, and reminding him to increase it to a grade within the specified time, while RMC sighing, and saying that he have no choice, if he want to stay ahead to others, he need to push himself into the limits, and wondering how can he surpass his physical limits. Now RMC starting to surpass his limits by doing exercise, by running 20 kilometers with a weight of 500 kilograms, he considering that he pushing his limits and his full potential. After that in the alley, there's something going on, many bodyguard were unconsciousness and lying on the ground, and a beautiful woman is cornered, being pursued by the thugs, and this girl is by you the future heirs of the Bai family, the family that MC hated most cause they enslaved him, and took the life of his big sis, but this different from them cause RMC and this girl have something, or we could a relationship. Now let's go back to the story. Now the girls say that they wasting their time to her, and asking on what they want, and if they know that he is from the Bai family, then they also know that they are not lacking of anything, while the guys say that he know that she was from in a wealthy family, and like her confident, but unfortunately, they don't disobey, and break their rules for such a thing, cause someone paid them, to kidnap her, and fulfilling of the request of their clients, and he giving her choices to either go willingly with them, or bind her, and carrying her away, but they don't know that she has already called for help, and she peacefully went with them, get into the car, while RMC phone ring while he is working out, and wondering if his sis is calling him, but he find out that the caller was from the Bai family, and that's the girl who sent the message earlier. At the he realized that this time in his past life the girl was kidnapped by their rival factions, and after he received the message, all he can't do was alert the police, but thankfully they track the location, and rescue the girl, but because of the inheritance her family members took the opportunity take her inheritance rights away, and cause of that event and pressure, by the members, she have no choice to voluntarily give up to her inheritance, and later those people took advantage of him, cause of their relationship, then he opened a dimensional portal, and get the stealth cloak, an artifact, that can hide one's presence. Now after he wear it, the scene change and shown that the two kidnapper was talking about the mission, while the girls say to them that if she is not mistaken, the client who ordered to kidnap her, was her family members by Tianyu, but the guy said that she need to sit still shut her mouth, and don't ask any questions. And thinking doing bad, to her, he say that the client only specified ensuring her safety, that he didn't mention anything about touching her, this guy is lewd, and say to her that he would appreciate if she cooperate, and won't resist, by saying that he begin to do the malicious thing in her, while she feeling nervous, and scared, on what the guy planned to do to her, but thankfully RMC shown up in the right time and blown the guy in just a blink of an eye, and the girl was so surprised seeing that guy blown away, while the other kidnappers, kinda the bit surprised, and so scared, while asking him, why RMC, was there, while he said that he was just a passing by cultivator, and say to the girl that just wait him for a moment, once he dealt with them, he will get her out there, while the guy attacked him, with desperately and nagging, while saying a shit word, but RMC just laughed at him, and trying throw him away, but the faking it, and acting like a pathetic, and escape away from him, and saying that, it seemed that he got some skills, and all of them surround, and starting to him, while the girl is so scared, asking him, on what they gonna do, but RMC get his pills, and eat it, and there was outburst power surrounding him, his rank up, and become C rank, and a new notification from the system that reminding him, that he need to release some spiritual power as soon as possible, preventing him to explode due to excessive energy After that, the girl was so amazed, on what she seeing, few of them was defeated in just a few seconds, while this guy seemed more become energetic, and saying that he didn't thought that his job would be boring, but because of him, he become excited to fight him till death, and challenging him to bring him some fun fight, but in just a blink of an eye, RMC take him down, and hit him in the face with a powerful attack, and the guy didn't react at all, and didn't dodge the attack, and lost to RMC. Now RMC say that he don't have a time to play, to a dog like him, so he need to finish him as fast as he can, while the girl suddenly rushed over to him, and hug him, while asking if he is really Yi Chen, cause he didn't believe that he can do that, but RMC changed the topic saying that he was exercising nearby when he received the message, so he rushed over to her as soon as possible, while the girl is wondering, why Yi Chen exercising in the middle of the night, he asking her if he isn't mistaken, she must rushing back right now to confront Bai Tianyu for requesting to kidnapping her, while she that how did he know, and tell to him, that since her father death, Bai Tianyu, was been getting more and more out of the line, and she was indeed to that to use this time to make him pay for his sin, but RMC said to that idea she must leave it for now, and to listen to him, that most important right now is, that she need to remember that in just 7 days, their world will become a spiral into a chaos, and countless lives will be at stake, and the world as they know will be reshaped. So he advised her to not try to do anything, and keep a low profile, and he said that it's hard to believe it, but she will know it after, while by you think he was drunk, or something like that, and saying that why RMC saying like absurd things in the middle of the night. Seeing this, RMC say to her, that he is serious, and after they leave there, she must create an account on Star Brilliance, and avoid getting involved in anything else, and he will explain everything to her, the details in their school tomorrow, and say that they shouldn't stay there any longer, and need to get out right now, while by you asking what he gonna do about them, and he say that she don't need worrying about them, cause he already reported them to the police, before coming into her, while by you felt some different feelings to him, we could it love, what do you think, seeing the back of R while holding his hand with a bright atmosphere, I think this is a hero saving a beautiful girl in the middle of the night. Okay, back to our main topic. After that events, RMC back to his home, and our big sis berserker again like lunatic and lecturing RMC, while he asking his big sis, why is he so fire up in early morning, and his sis say that she need an explanation, on what is happening, why he buys so many stuff, and food, and didn't expect that he will empty out the entire supermarket, of his credit cards, but RMC explained that he have his reason why he do that, while his sis saying that if he's stocking food in case of an apocalypse, and RMC stating the fact that, their world will facing chaos, and saying that it's really the end of their world, so they need to prepare, but don't think so, that our big sis would believing him, and his sis say to him, that he just needs some good beating, and take him to a hospital to appoint him, in a psychiatrist, while he said that he know that his big sis was not looking well lately, due to her excessive fatigue, so he spent a large money to acquire a body strengthening elixir, while his sis say that it's rare to see his lil bro or so considerate, so she will let him off this time, and ask the elixir, and RMC give it to her, and saying that she need to swallow it directly, and don't vomit it, while sis saying if that pill is a big deal, and worth it. After that in RMC room, he was cultivating, and say that his current physical prowess and total spiritual power are already on par, with what he had back during his previous life, however he missing something, and that is a technique that can harness his stats properly, and wondering if he need do the task that the system give him, and if the partner parts, or really mean, that he need to get married on the spot to complete the mission, and it seemed that the specified time was 24 hours, and have to meet the requirement, while he break the notification, and said that it was a bullshit, and thinking that the system is giving him some kind Wuxan drama, now in their school in the Zhongcheng Institute of Technology, in the rooftop RMC was waiting for Bai Yu,